sisters. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family on this thankful Thursday. And welcome back to another exciting episode of EMBERS Thursday, where I have been breaking down the EMBERS Theory from my book, Blazers and Splinters, The Cost, the Courage, and Calling of Leading Black and Woman, so that I can help you fuel your fire. Now, tonight, we're going to be dropping that fire. We're going to be unpacking that breaking phase. Now, that is the phase where God starts disrupting what's been quietly damaging you, sis, on the inside. Now, this is also where he begins to put that pressure on you, that stretch on places where you've been pretending that you're simply fine when you know that you're not. So there's no more making peace with what's been breaking you. Tonight, we're talking about holy disruption, breaking those cycles, breaking silence, breaking agreements with less than what God has actually promised you. So sis, meet me here every Thursday at 7 p.m. where I have been dropping the fire. Break it, Lord. I want you to break it, Lord, in the name of Jesus. Now, if you're ready to let God break what's been breaking you, sis, and keep you blazing, I want you to cross over and meet me on the other side. All right, sis, I see you have decided to meet me on the other side, and I'm so glad you did, because I am getting ready to drop that fire. What is that breaking phase? Now, breaking is that holy disruption that frees us up to begin to rise. Now, in this Embers journey, breaking is the stage where most of us actually fear, but it's the one every leader must walk through. It is that moment where God begins to disrupt what you have been actually managing, what you've been tolerating, or even normalizing. And it's not to destroy your life. It's to rebuild you and rebuild your foundation from what that sinking foundation has been. Breaking is where God dismantles what has been silently damaging you on the inside. Now, for every woman in leadership, and I say this specifically Black women in leadership, breaking often shows up as a shift. Now, Ro, what do you mean by that? I mean, there is a shaking in your spirit. There's a shaking and unsettling in your spirit where you know that your foundation is beginning to break. It's a discomfort in places you've once been settled in. It's also that boundary that you can no longer ignore. And it's also that truth that you can no longer pretend that you're not seeing things that you're seeing. Now, oftentimes, and I've done this as leaders, we want to climb the ladder, but we don't want the crushing that comes with that. But listen, catch this. Breaking is not the punishment. It's not a punishment. It's permission. It's God saying, you can't carry old patterns into the new levels that he's trying to take you. And because he loves us, he loves you, sis, so much, he will break what has been breaking you. Cycles of overperforming, silence in the face of all the biases you're going through, survival based on leadership, people pleasing, or simply just shrinking to keep your peace. Now, this is the stage where God begins to, again, apply that pressure on places where you've been pretending to simply be just fine. It's that moment that those masks that you've been wearing, they begin to crack. The habits begin to collapse. Those relationships begin to shake and fall apart. Or even the environment begins to expose itself. Now, I'm not telling you it's not painful. It is painful. It does not feel good. But one thing I do know, it is divine, it is intentional, and it is absolutely surgical. Now, in leadership, we know that breaking often happens behind the scenes. Breaking, I'm letting you know, sis, not everybody's going to see your breaking. God doesn't need to let everybody see your breaking. You're still showing up. Yeah, you're still producing. Yes, you're still leading. But on the inside, God is undoing everything that contradicts your calling, the calling that he has on your life. So what does breaking actually do? It forces you to confront what you've overgrown or outgrown. it demands honesty within yourself. So it forces you to look at the real of what's happening and what's going on with you. It requires courage to walk away from no longer what is aligning what God has for you. And yes, sis, it hurts. I'll say it again. It hurts like crazy. And it's not because God is being cruel. It is because he is cutting away the unnecessary. Breaking is where you learn that every closed door is not an attack. It's your protection, sis. Not every loss is failure. Sometimes it's just simply deliverance. And not every ending is rejection. Sometimes it's God releasing you. For that leader, for you, sis, that leader, breaking is where strength begins to shift from performance to your authenticity, to who you really are. Your leadership deepens. Your discernment begins to sharpen. Your voice begins to strengthen. You stop leading from that place of trauma and you start leading from that place of truth. So in this EMBERS theory, breaking is that sacred moment that God says, I'm breaking you, sis. What was never meant to hold you up, I'm breaking that, sis, so I can build what will carry you into your next season. Don't fear the fracture, sis. Don't fear that thing. It's clearing rooms for your next level. So that is the breaking phase, sis. Now, if you want more comprehensive view on that breaking phase and you felt that in your spirit, listen, you're going to have to go buy that book, Blazers and Splinters, The Cost, the Courage, and Calling of Leading Black and Woman, available on Amazon, available on Barnes and Nobles. But until then, I want you to hold tight and meet me next Thursday at 7 p.m. as we get ready to jump into that reclaiming stage. R for reclaiming. Meet me next Thursday. I'll see you then, sis. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving.